Hey traders, welcome to another episode of Tech Tool Thursday. And today we are going to essentially extend from what we covered in our last Thursday session, which was on the Dext T3 trading platform offered by Dhan. Now, today's focus is going to be on 10 widgets, and all these 10 widgets falls under the analytics section. So, without wasting any further time, let's get on to these widgets. All right, so this is the screen which we left last Thursday. I, however, have made a little bit of improvisation on the way the chart looks, and I've added my relative strength index RSI. Now we have two frames. This is the first one, this is the second one. Under each frame, we can add multiple widgets. Okay. On the left hand side, we have the watch list, trending, movers, and ETFs. That's something we covered in our last video. And on the right hand side, as of now, we've kept the chart. Today's objective is purely going to be the analytics section of Dext T3. And for that, we will come to this widgets tab. We'll click on it and we will cover all the 10 widgets that falls under this category, analytics. Now, out of all this, from technicals all the way down to fundamentals, even if I click on the first one, that is the technicals, you will see that depending on which of these two frames I am, if I click on technicals, it will open either here or here, depending on wherever it was clicked. Now, I may not want all of them to pile up here one after the other. It will make the whole thing too crowded. And so what I can do is I can drag these technicals and make a complete separate section out of it. So I can have the watch lists. I can ask the watch list to get a little more thinner so that you take a little lesser real estate. And I can improve or increase the width of this section. Now, this is completely cosmetic and up to your choice and preference. You can pull it down, pull it up, whichever way you find it useful. It's pleasing to your eyes and it makes sense, right? So for this video, I'm going to give it a little bit of more width. I'm going to keep the chart because without chart, it's kind of a little dry, isn't it? So I'm going to plot all the 10 all the 10 widgets under the analytics section under this frame, starting off with the technicals. If you remember in the previous video, we can link these widgets with the chart. And so we will click it orange. Remember the chart was orange. So if we click on anything or any stock names here, the chart will open up. So by default, under technicals, you can say the Nifty is by default showing with a 5-day simple moving average, 10, 20, 50, typical combination. Let's use a stock for more information if we can get. So Reliance will give me the same kind of information in terms of SMAs, and bullish if they are above, bearish of course if they are below. If you look at it, if you consider the current market price and where it is vis-a-vis the SMA, this will be the frame to look at. SMA can be changed to EMA. Daily can be changed to 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and daily is the maximum time frame. It doesn't go above 1 day. Under EMA, under this section, that is SMA, EMA, you can see that there is something called technicals. Do you see this? Let's try and figure out what happens if we click on it. All right, so now we get some classic technical indicators like the 14 period RSI, 14 period average true range, stochastics RSI, MACD, ADX, UO, ROC, Williams percentage R, quite a few of them, and they are using their default parameters. And depending on the reading, if RSI is 55, it's neutral, ATR is 31.98, maybe on the higher side. So it's kind of, if you want to see, we can click on Reliance. Hopefully it will give us the chart. Reliance is not clickable. Okay, yeah, Reliance has already opened there the moment we, I think, opened, change the chart. I didn't figure that out, so I'm going to do it again in front of you. Let's say I type HDFC Bank. Yes. So whenever we change the name of a stock here, the chart opens. I didn't realize that when I was opening Reliance. And there you go. Going back to Reliance, you can see how choppy or how volatile the stock has been of late. And that's why the volatile figure of ATR 14. But these are all by default classic indicators and their set default parameters. If you use it, it can be useful. So that's technicals. Let's now come to this area wherein I will find a plus button. I'm going to click on it. Our list of widgets will come up. And after technicals, we go to option chain. Option chain, again, by default, it's showing Nifty. So what we're going to do, I think, if I just orange this and then I click on, let's say, Reliance. Let's stick to Reliance, only one stock. And there you go. The option chain of Reliance comes up. This is a classic option chain. You have calls on your left, puts on your right. These horizontal longish lines will tell you how much is the weight of that strike price, the maximum OI buildup. Um, Something that I do not use actively because I'm not into options myself. And so I'm not going to go into the nitty gritties of it. But if you are into options and you understand, this is a classic option chain. The good thing is, there's, as you kind of, I'm using my mouse trackpad going right. So it's going to show you the Greeks of the individual strikes, the Greeks, delta, theta. It also will show you the IVs. And just a simple classic option chain the way it should be. Let's go on to the plus, and I think there will be another options widget this time. It's the straddle chain. Now the straddle, again, for your option strategy, which kind of strike and what kind of straddle price will you choose? Depending on that, what kind of total OI, of course, you have to keep in mind. And based on that, you can take a look at the chain of the straddles. Again, an option concept. And so I will not go any deep into it. Not go and won't be able to go because I personally like to preach what I practice, something that I've not practiced too much. So I'm not going to talk too much about it at all. Now comes live screener, the fourth one. Now, this is dynamic, this is active because this gives you a sense of what's happening in the market at that point of time. Live scanner, if you come here, the first thing you will notice is you can choose your universe. So by default, FNO universe is chosen. And then on the top right, you can see this funnel. And if you click on it, it shows you various aspects of bullishness, bearishness, and other maybe neutral scanners like volumes and all. You can select all of them. You can select whichever is needed. What have I done? High of the day, high of the week, high of the month, 52-week high. Their bearish counterparts. Potential volume, unusual volume, it's significantly high. Please let me know. Down here, 1% from 52-week high, 2.5% from 52-week high. That's fine. So it's nearing 52-week high. It's nearing 52-week low. 5% recovery from the low and 5% fall from the high. Again, there are multiple other options. Again, they can add many other options. We can suggest the team that you can add that if they are relevant and meaningful. This kind of so I'm going to close this. So that's my default settings for the scanners. And the first thing I'm going to do is, again, go to the top of that widget and link it orange with this chart. And now you can see which are the stocks doing what. If any of the stock meets any of those criteria of scanners, it will show here. Ideal to get a sense of the markets when you're live in the market. Ideal for short-term scalpers and movers because once a stock picks up momentum, you can see that it keeps on hitting days high or days low. So Infi, TCS, as you can see, are IT stocks which are down and out and probably are bouncing back. And as I clicked on Infi, Infosys daily chart opens up. I'm using my Heiken-Ashi and this white line is the current market price. And I can see that how it is at the highest point of the day. Adani Green, on the other hand, is slowing down, is on the lowest point of the day. It had a phenomenal run up. Most of the Adani stocks had, and now it's slowing down. Low of the day, you will not be able to figure out if you use Heiken-Ashi like me, you probably have to go back to a Japanese candlestick or a bar chart. And yes, the stock is at the lowest point of the day. Useful, yes, dynamic and useful. And if you're just tracking the market, you have open positions, and it gives you a sense, a feel of the momentum of the market at that point of time. I have found this live scanner. I've been using this live scanner on Spider Software's Iris Plus in my earlier days. And yeah, at the beginning of the day and towards the end of the day, the activity generally tends to be much more. It depends on the current, that particular day's current market momentum. As you can see, MCX is at the highest point of the day and it's just moving up. Quick word of caution that just because a stock is hitting highest of the day or week or month or lowest does not necessarily mean it's a buy or sell. Unless you're a scalper, it's a different story. Your trading decision should always come from your analysis. So live scanner, definitely useful. Let's go to the plus button again. And who's next after live scanner is candlestick pattern. Those who trade candlesticks based on their patterns, this can be useful. By default, FNO stocks is the universe. And over here, I can see 1 minute and again that scanner, that filter. So I can see 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minutes. That's the maxed. So that's the three options that they are offering. And out of those three, 1 minute, 5 minute, or even 15 minute will not make any sense to me because I do not go below the daily chart. But for the sake of this video, let's see if we can find anything. Next, after 15 minutes, I come here and I check and I see that all the bullish patterns, the bearish as well as rise and fall, like the doji uncertain patterns and two strong pattern like Marubozu, they're all being selected. So these are the ones. Maybe on the 15-minute time frame, nothing is popping up as of now. Let's increase the FNO stocks to Nifty 500. That will almost double the universe. Let me come here and click on the orange. And we'll come back to this widget. As of now, it's all blank. Probably it's not found any pattern yet that matches the formula of that pattern. So we'll keep it and we'll come back a little later. Let's go to the plus button. And next is VWAP indicator. Volume weighted average price, something very important. So I'm going to go there and type Reliance again. And I get the Reliance VWAP. I'm going to go to that left corner of the widget and make it orange so that everything is kind of linked. And over here, it shows me that at what time, okay, between this phase. So there will be a time difference that you have to give. It's 1 minute. Again, 1 minute, 2, 3, 5 minutes. It depends on whether you are an scalper, intraday trader, positional, etc. So if I have to use this, I will use maybe an hour. 15 minutes is not a bad interval to check your VWAP price. So 9:15, 9:30, like this, it will keep on going till 3:30. The kind of quantities that got traded during that 15-minute time frame, and what was the average VWAP price. As you can see, the average VWAP price for Reliance today has been going up continuously, which is a good sign, which means that the stock is showing definite strength, right? Not bad. We have MCX open. Can we quickly check that how MCX, of course, MCX has been in a very strong upward momentum. So VWAP for MCX also will be in an upward trajectory, which is clearly the scene. And we can see between 10:30 and 10:45, quite a bit of volumes have got traded. And it gives you a sense. Again, the choice of this time frame has to be a function of what kind of a trader you are. Not bad. All right. So next we go to the plus button and we see after VWAP, we have corporate actions. All right. So now it's a bit news based. And all event types, you come on this and you see AGMs, bonus shares, buyback, dividends, EGM. So it all goes down to even name change, merger, demerger, results. So everything, you can select any one of them, or you can just keep all event types. And come on, you get it. So everything is wherever some dividend or quarterly results happening, it's come. We can link this, and I think if I click on embassy chart will open. So you get the picture. Now you're used to this familiarity of linking one aspect of your screen to the chart. And this is, I think, self-explanatory. You don't need me to talk about this. Plus button again. And next we have heat map. This is nice. This gives you a clean picture of what's happening in that particular group. So Nifty 50 based on market cap, based on P ratio, based on PB, or maybe based on volume. So if I do 1D volume within Nifty 50, today this particular heat map will show me that Eternal is, and if I have to go and click it, link it orange, of course. Yeah, now when I click on this heat map of Eternal's volume is significantly higher. So Eternal within Nifty 50 is racking up the maximum volume. And like this, if I go and to the right hand side corner, I can see this is probably is Bajaj Auto. And if I click on that, you can see how low the Bajaj Auto volumes are. So it gives us a heat map. We're very used to heat map in terms of price, gains and loss, but need not always be price. It can be volumes, high, low, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, even on a monthly basis, useful towards the end of the month. You can use market cap, or even you can use P ratio. I find this useful. This is nice, especially when I'm looking at the market or if I'm tracking the FNO stocks. That's too many, actually, to be honest. But Nika, Eternal, so you get a sense. Okay, digital stocks are picking up a lot of volumes today. Sorry, this is P ratio. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1 day volume. So Bandhan Bank, Idea, Eternal, Suzlon, Yes Bank, these kind of stocks, Idea and Suzlon, Yes Bank, these three stocks generally rack up a lot of volumes most of the days. But nevertheless, you get the picture. Yeah, if the universe is way too bigger, I think more than 50 stocks will be a little cluttered. Can't even make sense what's happening here, to be honest. Over here, there's something called, wherein you can add the percentages of your heat map. There is view by grid. I think this is the grid. Let me come out of it. Yeah, this is the grid. So it's going to give it same box dimensions to all the names. And so which is strong and which is weak, you will able to figure out by the color. You get the color transformation, 0. So which is gray is like neutral and it's color coded. So in this case, the boxes are of the same dimensions and you can just eyeball and see. Let's use this for Nifty 50. 200 is giving me a lot many names, and yeah, now you get the picture. So now that Eternal box is not as big as it was before, because now what we have done is we've come here and we have give it a grid. If we go sectoral, then it will create a box of that sector and put the stocks inside that. And you can see that Indus Tower, Bharti Airtel, Idea, ONGC also, they have created the sectorial grid, and within the sectorial box or grid, the constituent stocks. This is very good, especially for someone who's starting their journey in the markets. You get a sense of which stocks falls in which sector. If I take the grid out, it will go back and make that big sized box depending on the size of the volume or market cap, etc. I would go to market cap. And now you can see this is Nifty 50's market cap in terms of their sectorial. And you can see, okay, banks, there are 5 banks, HDFC Bank, SBI, and ICICI Bank are the biggies in terms of market cap. And then you have, so you get this sense of the size of the stock in that particular sector. It's useful for analysis. It's also useful for the sake of knowledge, right? I find this useful. Let's move on to the next widget. And the second last widget is futures chain. This is self-explanatory again. Let's go and type Reliance. And here we are, Reliance. And the future chains, as you will know, you have 3 contracts, the current month, the next, and the far month. And their LTP, change price, open interest. Always the first 2 contracts will have the maximum liquidity and activity, and it's a simple future chain. You get to see the expiry date, which will be useful. So May 26th is for the May contract, and 30th, the June contract, seems to be a longish one, right? And let's go to the plus button and go to the final and the 10th widget under analytics, which is fundamental. Now, Nifty is showing, so of course, Nifty will not be able to show us any fundamentals per se, but it's always stock specific. We use Reliance. And now, for um, those who track fundamentals or understand and use for your trading investment purpose, you have key fundamentals, you have some company graph, growth rate, revenue, annual financials, balance sheet, not bad. Again, I'm not a fundamental guy. Probably, if one aspect of fundamentals I would like to check are definitely the earnings, because earnings, I feel, is the most important parameter. But there you go. If you want to use it, it's there for your use. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's another one, which is the fundamentals. Now, out of all this, if I have to now create my frame over here using the analytics, fundamental something that I will take it off. It will not make sense. I'm not into options, so future chain is, I think, not that important to keep. So I'll take away the future chain. Corporate action, VWAP, candlestick patterns is just 1 minute. Max is 15 minutes, so this will not make any sense for me either. Live scanner, definitely. Straddle chain, chain, not for me. Options chain, of course, not for me. Technicals, I don't look into these because I have my own way of looking into charts, so not even technicals. So if you ask me, if I have to create the way I have created using Dext is essentially this: live scanner, then I would take heat map, then VWAP, and then corporate action. Not bad. And that's how we have added another section to our next test layout. If you remember, we had built it in our previous video. And we will stop here in this week's Tech Tool Thursday, wherein we have added dynamics to the Dext T3 screen. I think there is a scope of one more video wherein I'll take a look at the new stuff they have added, and a couple of them are really interesting. But do let me know what are your thoughts on Dex T3. Do let me know your thoughts how I've built this template. Do you find this useful or not? And do you use this for your trading, and how? So, leaving this video here for you. Till then, take care of yourselves. Trade well.